A Dark Souls no hit. I think a lot of people would be like, yo, that's like baby mode, like right now.
In fact, the creator of Dark Souls, Hidetaka Miyazaki, didn't believe it when it happened.
Get to know every enemy position, every boss, moveset.
What is a casual god run? It's 5 games back to back, no hit on level
Just
1.
random enemy.
Because we already
Just like
beat
shoot
Dark
you.
Souls 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne and Demon Souls back to back, no hit on level 1. You know?
What?
Oh no, dude. Oh no, dude. You guys know that I love Dark Souls. I'm a huge Dark Souls girl. I play all the games, you know, I do special runs. We played so much Night Rain, right? Well, I want to react to something that's a little bit more gaming centric. That's about Dark Souls. So we're gonna react to Carl Jopes. Carl Jopes does a lot of stuff about like speedrunners, challenges, stuff like that. And this one is called the hardest gaming challenge ever completed.
Hello, you absolute legends. On the 16th of February 2016,
I love his opener. It always gets me.
the Happy Hob did something that would change the course of gaming history forever. He beat the original Dark Souls without taking a single hit.
Okay, so this was back in what, 2016, right? A Dark Souls no hit. I think a lot of people would be like, yo, that's like baby mode, like right now. You know what? That like, no, don't get me wrong. No hits is really hard, but a lot of people have done that now since 2016, right? If you think about it, that was almost 10 years ago. And the Elden Ring community and Dark Souls community has evolved a lot since then.
This was monumental. A game that was notorious
that's
for
actually
its
crazy,
difficulty
though.
had been conquered in a way that was almost unbelievable. In fact, the creator of Dark Souls, Hidetaka Miyazaki, didn't believe it when it happened.
Miyazaki's like, no, there's no way.
And that's always the case when a
I don't
new
blame
type
him.
of gaming competition hits the mainstream. It's always initially met with disbelief.
Yeah,
Looking
absolutely.
at the Happy Hob's reaction to his accomplishment, you can see how much it meant to him. Not only would this have
Well,
required
I would
a
lose
lot
my
of effort and
mind.
planning, but also a lot of self-belief.
Yeah, definitely for no hits. You have to get to know every enemy position, every boss, moveset. It's tough, chat. I think it could no hit Dark Souls 1. I think that'd be the only one.
When you're trying to do something that has never been done before, there is always that niggling bit of doubt that perhaps it's not possible.
Yep.
And when you finally manifest it into reality,
That's
it
real
ignites a sense of
dedication.
achievement that is hard to put into words.
I don't think that I would ever do a no hit just because of how much work it takes, but I mean, it's still really cool, right?
The Happy Hob's reaction is interesting because on one hand, this was a very big deal at the time. But on the other hand, knowing what we know now, this original Dark Souls no-hit run is akin to a toddler taking their first steps.
Yeah, it's so true, right? Because we've come a long, long way since then. But what I do want to point out here is that Dark Souls 1 has a lot of exploitable things, right? There's a lot of things you can exploit. So this one is definitely one of the easier ones for sure.
Sure, it's a huge milestone, and to them it's extremely difficult, but several years later that same toddler is going to be running, jumping,
doing Dark Souls
climbing,
3.
and moving around as if it were easy. And the same
That's
applies
true.
to the Dark Souls no-hit community. What started as one man beating one game without taking a hit has turned into an entire industry of gamers doing ridiculous things.
That's kind of interesting to think about, right? The no-hit stuff, this was back in 2016, right? I think a lot of people do these challenges now. I mean, I don't know when it first started because I've only been streaming since 2021, but when I first started, these were around. So it's kind of cool to think back if people started doing this almost like 10 years ago, you know?
Nowadays, beating Dark Souls without taking a hit is child's play. Now it's about making things as difficult as possible. And while I have talked about Dark Souls no-hit before, earlier this year something special
perfect parries,
happened.
etc.
In 2021, I said the greatest achievement in gaming history was Dino beating the 5 Soulsborne games back-to-back without taking a hit and doing it on Soul Level 1.
Guys, I can think about this. He is on level 1. Oh, level 1. No hit 5 of these games in a row. That is crazy, chat. Demon Souls, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. No hit, level 1. back to back. I mean, just think about how difficult that has to be, chat.
Well, since then, Dino
Think about
has
how
been
difficult
cooking
that
up
has to be.
something special, and earlier this year,
Well, I'd
he
be
pulled
crying
off
too.
something that is even more insane. In February of this year, Dino beat not 5, not 6, but 7 of the hardest games ever made without taking a hit, and without leveling his character. That is Demon Souls, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, Sekiro, and Elden Ring back to back. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to cover it at the time, but I think it does deserve a video, so I'm finally getting around to it. Today, we are going to revisit the milestones that led to this unbelievable feat of endurance and skill, and take a look at the end of Dino's run, because his reaction is definitely something.
I mean, but I'd be losing my mind if I did that. That is such an accomplishment, you know, chat? Absolutely a huge accomplishment.
I really hope you enjoy. Now, legends, please do me a favor and throw your boring-ass browser in the bin,
it's a
because it's time to switch
Soulsborne
to the
Nikirum,
inspiring,
which
majestic,
is,
captivating browser.
Elden Ring,
Today's sponsor,
Soulsborne,
OperaGX.
games,
We already know that OperaGX
Sekiro,
is
all
the
of
bee's
those.
knees when it comes to resource management,
I mean, that's
especially when
crazy.
you're gaming, but it
That
doesn't
is
just
absolutely
perform
crazy.
well. With the GX mod, you can change the browser's theme to the
Yeah,
game
people do
you're most
like,
passionate about.
people
For
do like
example,
no
given
hits
that
of
we're
Crash
talking about Dark
Bandicoot.
Souls today, I can
I
choose
mean,
a
if you
Dark
can dream
Souls
it,
theme, which gives me
it's
some
out there,
sweet
you know?
background music. It changes the sound of keystrokes and closing and opening tabs, and changes the
That's kinda
entire
cool.
look and feel. But I can also mix and match.
We can get, like,
For
a Dark
example,
Souls
if you watch
theme
my
one,
channel,
that'd be
you know I
cool.
love the music of Celeste, so I can choose
I love
Celeste
that.
background music while keeping the look and feel of Dark Souls. Everything in Opera GX is
No,
easily
I want-
customizable
that's
to your
sick.
taste.
Bro,
Opera
I
GX
need to get,
also has a
Opera
built-in
GX
ad
right now.
blocker and a super handy
Too
video
bad you can't
pop-out
do the
ability.
collab feature in Twitch with it.
With just one click, I can pop out a YouTube video and
Yeah,
keep
some people do
playing
like
in
no
browser.
jumps. Like in Mario, people do like no jumps, no jumping in Donkey Kong Country. I mean, people figure out the craziest stuff
While
to
I'm
do challenge
researching for a
on.
video or just browsing Wikipedia. And switching from your existing browser to Opera GX is a cinch,
Every
as you
keystroke
can
just
easily
makes,
import
like,
all of your
the
settings, history,
sound
bookmarks,
on
and
it.
cookies. My bookmarks are a
Nah,
huge
I
spoiler
would,
to what
but
videos
I
might be
need to
coming in the
use
future, so
Chrome
please
for
do not look. Just scroll
Twitch.
down, click my link in the description, and download Opera GX today.
I mean, it does use
Of
a lot less
course, it all
CPU.
began with the OG completion by the Happy Hob in February of 2016.
World record!
I mean, again, he is using the, what is this, the Black Knight Halberd, which is one of the strongest, you know, swords in the game, right? Or weapons in the game. And plus it has, like, low stat requirements, so definitely makes sense that he uses it for what he's doing.
Holy shit!
It's
This
quick.
really did
The
kick off
moveset is so
everything,
good.
and brought the idea of no-hit into the forefront of the gaming community. After this,
That's super
things
cool.
started to progress quicker and quicker, as more players took on the challenge and put their minds together to solve all of the problems that no-hit runs pose. In July 2016, Faraz Khan conquered Dark Souls 3, which was especially impressive given that the
I mean,
game
that's
was so
nuts.
new and quite a few players were vying for the honor of being the first.
Get fucking fucked, man. Holy shit.
The problem with no hits as well is, like, you have to be a lot more patient because you're waiting for certain opportunities to arise where you can attack, right? So you can't just, like, dodge everything, right? There's only certain windows you use for basically to keep it more consistent.
I did it. I did it. I did it.
Yeah, you want to be a lot more consistent. So you try to look for certain openings.
I did it. I can't believe I did it. I did it.
Oh, that
In
is a
2017,
tough challenge.
the 3 remaining games in what is known as the Soulsborne series also fell, starting with Demon Souls in May by the player Milty-Milt.
Bro, OG Demon Souls looks gross, by the way. Like, it looks so bad. I don't really know where to put my timer because I keep moving the camera. Literally, like, look how bad this game looks. It's so old. Oh my god. It's crazy. Wait, is Demon Souls hard? Like, actually? I didn't think it was hard.
Guys, that's it.
Nice, nice.
That's it.
June would see Bloodborne completed at the hands of Jesus Sears Toast.
Nice. That might have been before the DLC if they're ending it, Mirgos Wet Nurse. Or maybe they ended with that boss. Nice.
It's dead.
And the Happy Hob would defeat Dark Souls 2 within that same month.
I'm gonna be real. I think Dark Souls 2 is actually kind of easier than a lot of other ones. It's just really like, it's really slow. That's the problem. Really, really slow game.
World record!
Really, really slow game.
Oh, world's first!
That's awesome.
After being the first to beat Dark Souls 2 without being hit, the Happy Hop had now completed all 3 Dark Souls games.
Yeah, now you gotta do them back to
And
back.
being the crazy man he is, he decided to grind for the trilogy.
Yeah, Orphan
a
no-hit would
back-to-back
suck.
no-hit run of all 3. And in March of 2018, he did exactly that.
A different weapon, too.
Trilogy no-hit run!
Bro, that's crazy. The whole Dark Souls trilogy not getting hit. What a gamer. What a gamer. Oh my god, that is actually so cool.
Fucking 12 months!
And this is where that slippery slope of insanity really started to
Yeah,
build
Dark Souls 2 is
momentum.
hard because there's,
The Happy Hob
it's
kept
like
pushing.
very
A
buggy.
year later, he was the first to beat all 5 Soulsborne games back to back.
Holy shit, dude.
Soulsborne no-hit run!
That's crazy.
We did it!
That's crazy. Yeah, like, Dark Souls 2 philosophy was more is better. So they put as many bosses as they could.
And then after
That's
Sekiro was
crazy.
released, he wanted to go for all 6. This run would be called Soulsborne Kiro. However, surprisingly,
Nice.
it wouldn't be the Happy Hob that managed to do this first. Instead, that honor went to the player Dobby-sama in October 2020.
I'd be willing to do a no death run. I think I could do that.
Soulsborne
I know
Kiro
that's
no
Ram.
hit run!
Nice.
And of course, when FromSoft
Of course,
released
had it happen with Elden
in
Ring.
2022, the insanity continued.
Yeah, I could do a
in
no death
September
run.
of that same year,
I could do
the
that.
player Bushido Yu completed the no-hit run
I might be
known
able to
as
do that with Elden
Soulsborne
Ring.
Kiro Ring. 7 games back-to-back, 0 hits. A
7 games back to back, 0 hits. I mean, bro, I can't even do that with 1 game. How do you do that with 7 games, dude? What a gamer.
16-hour marathon.
What a gamer.
Ahora sí.
I mean, that is just incredible. Yep, that's it. Unsheath. Hi, mine. Oh my god, Deathless Last P. How would you do that? How would you do that?
This already
awesome.
seems beyond comprehension, but honestly, the 7-game run is still just the tutorial, because the real challenge begins when you start adding
What?
restrictions.
Oh no. Of course! All Souls players are like, you know, it's not hard enough. Let's keep making it harder.
All of
No
these
way.
previous runs were just no hit, and that's it. Aside from the standard restrictions
way.
that come with the no hit category, you can do whatever you like to make your characters stronger and get through games quicker and easier. But
Yeah.
as soon as you start handicapping yourself, that's when the
Like Rune level
super
1.
mega hardcore challenge begins. Level 1 no hit runs were the natural progression after beating the games normally, and they
Yeah,
make
absolutely.
the challenge far more difficult for numerous reasons.
The least, okay, so I will say this, chap. A level 1 for Dark Souls 1 is actually not that bad. And the reason is because a lot of weapons don't have a lot of requirements. And also, like pyromancy, for instance, is so broken. You literally don't need, like, anything else.
Obviously, without making your character stronger, you do less damage, so fights
Yep.
last longer. But you can't even raise your endurance, which means that resource management becomes a huge issue, seeing
That's
as
true.
though every attack and roll costs stamina. The issues don't stop there either. In Dark Souls 2,
Yeah, now
the
we gotta
amount
add
of
lives to
invincibility
beat.
frames you get when you roll is directly tied to your agility level. And at level 1, your iframes only last for a quarter of a second.
Bro, so that is a good point on Dark Souls 2, right? Because there's that stat for iframes on rolls. But, like, that can actually really f you up in Dark Souls 2. You've seen all the janky hitboxes and grabs from, like, enemies that'll, like, stab you. So we've all seen those. We've all seen the Smelter Demon, like, still grab you with his stab, even though you're way away from it.
To give you an idea about how much harder level 1 runs are, the Happy
Like the
Hob did his
Abductor.
Dark Souls trilogy
You've
no-hit
seen those
run
clips.
a year before anyone managed to beat just Dark Souls 2 by itself at level 1.
Hi, how are ya?
The
Nice.
Papa Finn was the first player to do it
What's
in
up, Shadow?
January 2019, just 2 months before the Happy Hob would do his legendary Soulsborne hitless run. It's arguable that a single game at level 1 is more difficult than multiple games back-to-back without that restriction. In October 2019,
Yeah, maybe
Willa
a little
Killer
bit.
would be the first person to complete the Souls trilogy at level 1.
Oh, I think I dropped something down here. What is this? Oh my god, it's a subscribe button. Wow. Well, since we're here, guys, if you're enjoying the video, don't forget, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me a ton. Okay, back to the video. I mean, even, I'll be honest, guys, level 1 Dark Souls is not that bad. And now getting hit is the extra challenge, right? But I think a level 1 Dark Souls run, just by itself, not counting the hitting, is very, very possible. There's a lot of good setups you can do, a lot of a good output, high damage. I mean, you have like golden pine resin, all kinds of other things that can boost your damage, so you don't have to sit there and just like grind for hours to kill something, right? When people think like level 1, I think a lot of people go like, oh, like you do no damage, which is not true at all.
So the world might be mended.
That's true, does it?
Wait, how
my
could I miss
God.
this?
That's true.
Oh my god. Oh my
You can
god.
still do a lot of damage. But yeah, the no hit is crazy.
And then, of course, in March of 2021, Dino, after months of grinding,
I
would
love
achieve
Dino.
immortality by beating all 5 Soulsborne games back-to-back without leveling.
I know Gino Machino has done similar. Aw, he's so happy. He deserves it, dude. Thinking about how much, oh my god, the grinding must have been nuts. Aw, his partner came and hugged him. Aw, that's so wholesome. What the Bro, that is so amazing that she it supports him in that. Aw, that's so sweet. You can tell like how much it like meant to him, right? And she supports him in that. Oh, that's so wholesome for real. Oh, that's awesome. We love to see it. We love to see it, gamers. Your partner supporting you in the things that you love. Oh, that's amazing.
This feat was so incredible that it would take over 4 years before another player would repeat it. Finally completing his Soulsborne Soul
4
Level 1 run
years.
just last week.
Holy, the grind must have been nuts. I mean, guys, think how many times, not that they won. Think about all the times that they failed getting to the point that they won. That's nuts. That's actually nuts.
It took 4 years for someone to match Dino at level 1, and in that time,
Holy
Dino had
shit.
been busy. A couple of
Ah, look
months
at it,
after
doggo.
Bushido Yu completed his 7-game no-hit marathon, Dino did his own.
What a gamer, bro. What a gamer. Chat, don't ever ask me to do this. Don't ever ask me to do this. Ever. Crossbow use. Look, the crossbow in Dark Souls 2 is actually really useful. It's very slow, but it's pretty decent.
And I suppose
Bro,
at
I'm
this
not gonna
point,
do it.
Dino's next decision was inevitable.
Okay, alright, hold on. Let's talk about this. What? I would do a no-death run, but I don't know what game I would do it for. I'd be willing to do a no-death run, but it had to be for the right. It had to be for the right game. Yeah, I don't know which one. Maybe Elden Ring? Maybe Elden Ring? I know that game really well. Dark Souls 1? Maybe. Bro, I ain't doing a no-death in Lies of P. There's no way. No-death Dark Souls 2? I don't know Dark Souls 2 well enough. I don't think I can do Dark Souls 2. I mean, it is really easy. Like, last time I played it, I didn't die until, like, mostly, like, 3/4 of the way through the game. Alien Isolation.
He would go for everything.
Which one?
Soulsborne Kiro Ring, Soul Level 1. Unfortunately for
gamer.
Dino, one of those extra 2 games, Sekiro, just happens to be the most difficult when you don't power up your character.
That's
it's
true.
even more challenging than Dark Souls 2.
But Dark Souls 2 is not that challenging. I'm be real. The bosses are really easy. It's a Sekiro though. Level 1 is possible. There's an item that you throw down and like does like fire crackle pops. That one is really, really powerful.
Your ability to deal damage in Sekiro is severely hampered when you can't increase your attack power. And
That's
while
true.
the Sekiro run itself may not necessarily be longer than some other runs, this doesn't mean it's easier, as there is far less downtime in boss fights. The fights
it
in
firecrackers?
Sekiro
I
are
just
much
know those
higher
are really good
paced
against
than Dark
bosses.
Souls, and the amount of inputs that need to be precise in a shorter period of time makes it extremely demanding.
Well, I think with Sekiro, right, it's more about like upgrading your skill tree.
So now you have to repeat something that only 2 people have done before, and then on top of that, complete an even more difficult game, plus Elden Ring as the cherry on top.
That's true. I mean, again, you're going through all of this like crazy stuff. I mean, I don't want to downplay any of this, right? That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just saying that with Sekiro, there are mechanics to abuse bosses, right? There are ways to abuse boss mechanics in Sekiro, because I've seen it before. But my thing with Dark Souls 2 is like, it's harder to find appropriate items and things to use, but like, I would also say that I don't think the bosses are harder, you know? What's the goal, mods? What's the goal to do a no-death run?
Thankfully, Elden Ring is probably the easiest in the series to complete on level 1, due
Yeah,
to the fact
actually.
that you can increase your damage substantially by using certain equipment. But
Yeah, you do like flasks, you have like talismans. Yeah, you can do it. You know what would be my problem doing a Dark Souls 1? Bed of Chaos. Bro, Bed of Chaos would actually be where I would die. I know what I hate Bed of Chaos.
Sekiro more than makes up for it.
I have to
From
learn
the time
the
Dino
throws,
started
the
grinding
cheese
his
throws.
original Soulsborne SL1 run to when he managed to do it was really only a few months, which is a lot of work, but it's not a super long time, especially compared to some grinds I've seen in speedrunning. But when it came to the full 7-game run, Dino made the decision to start grinding for it in early 2023. That was 2.5 years ago. This was going to take a lot of work. Dino needed to go back to the drawing board many times to try and make segments more consistent, and many times he would face truly heartbreaking moments.
I mean, guys, you think about it, right? The biggest part, the hardest part of doing these no-hits runs is consistency, right? You're going to look for certain moves, some certain bosses. You want to make sure that you're setting yourself up to not get hit. You know, obviously depleting their health bar with openings, things like that. So you got consistency is the name of the game, right? And unfortunately, I'm sure there's a lot of moments that he ran into that were just really, really difficult. Probably Sekiro was the hardest.
Multiple times he would be on game 6 or 7 over 15 hours into the run, and it would all end in an instant.
Also thinking about it as well, Demon Souls came out with the remake during this, right? Because it started, back in 2016? So they probably had to relearn all of Demon Souls because everything was so different, you know?
What is a casual god run? It's 5 games back to back, no hit on level 1.
Just random enemy.
Because we already
Just like
beat
shoot
Dark
you.
Souls 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne and Demon Souls back to back, no hit on level 1. You know? What?
Oh no, dude. Oh no, dude. Just a random arrow to the shin. No, dude. Oh my god, no. I would crash the out if that was me. I would crash the out. That's it. Alright, all the game's over. It's not just, oh, start this game over. It's start all the games over.
What?
Damn, dude. Okay, but actually losing to the Garnham guys makes sense. I'm not gonna lie. There's like a million hitboxes. I'll be real. Shadows of Yarnum. That's probably a really, really hard fight. to not get hit on. I could see that 100%. Yeah, I could see Shadows of Yarnan being a problem. I mean, they're nuts. Every jump, everything you do has to be purposeful. Oh my god, dude, no. The gun section, no, dude. Not the gun
But
section.
finally, on the 16th of February 2025, after 2 years of effort in a marathon
2 years of trying
19-hour
chat.
run, Dino Sin Guile finally achieved this run.
What a gamer. What a gamer, bro. Level 1 all of the games. What? 2 years of grinding, man. I'm reacting to Carl Job's new video about the greatest gaming challenge ever done. Aw, that's awesome. Bro, can you guys give him like an F to pay respects? Because, by God, dude. What a gamer. All of the games, level 1, never hit. So deserved, dude. Yeah, now add Night Rain to the challenge.
It's okay.
All the Night Rain bosses are not getting hit. That's crazy.
It's 2 fucking years. It's almost 2 years. Almost 2 years.
2 years of learning the game and grinding. Wow.
Oh my god, we fucking did it, guys. Fucking shit. We did it.
Dino
all the people
never
supporting
failed
him
to
is
produce
amazing.
the most emotional reactions you've ever seen, but I would probably break down into a blubbering mess as well if I ever managed to pull something like this off.
I would
think
too.
I
I would
probably
die.
be too nervous after completing a single game to continue to play with any degree of skill, let alone 7 in a row, and I really don't understand how these people do it. This is probably the most difficult challenge run that has ever been completed, and according to Dino, he's not sure if he could push this any further.
I mean, if you think about it, right, where is there to go? Like, no hit on level 1, all those games. Like, what do you do to start adding, like, Liza P and any other random game you can?
Honestly,
like,
though, at this point, I'm not sure that he needs to. He's already achieved God Gamer status.
Yeah,
Even
actually.
if a new game was released that people would want to lump into this challenge, what kind of insane madman would voluntarily subject themselves to such agonizing torture?
Yeah, no hit
huge
Liza P, so
belated
too.
congratulations to Dino for this achievement. Go and follow his stream for more insane gaming. Thank you so much for watching, you legends. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.
Yeah, so as you guys remember, we are getting endless mode in Night Rain. Imagine going like 24 hours not getting hit. That would be insane. Oh my god. What a gamer though. I love Dino. I've watched his videos before. He is crazy. Yeah, just imagine 2 years of grinding and finally getting that moment. So well deserved, guys. Wow.